Okay, let's go over to kinetic energy. Now this, it's easier to talk about it in the basic types. Remember how I said you can have things moving, you can have things vibrating, and you can have things spinning, which we often call moving as well, just round and round and round. That's called motion energy when it's moving, spinning, or moving from one place to another. We call that motion energy, but often, including in your own textbook, that motion energy is talked about as kinetic energy. But if it's kinetic energy with something moving from one place to another, then you've got motion energy. Heat energy. Heat, people don't realize, is actually a kinetic energy. It's actually something that's happening and is energy that's doing something right then. That's because all of your atoms around you are actually vibrating with energy. This is how we draw it. And that vibration is literally a movement, and we sense it as heat or temperature. Okay? Everything around you is vibrating. That's hard for you to understand, but it is. Everything around you is vibrating with heat. You have to go several hundred degrees below zero before you actually get to a point where atoms stop vibrating. There is heat radiating off everything around you. Sound energy is basically atoms bumping into atoms as you talk, and your eardrums pick this up. So sound energy is actually the movement of the atoms bouncing through the air as they move because you are producing sound. Light energy is a wave, and this is radiation energy, and this stuff can actually travel through space. This is why it's so important, light energy, because in space we have no atoms. In the vacuum of space, there's nothing there to hold the energy. The only way that the light gets to us from the sun to Earth is it travels as a wave until it gets to our Earth. So light energy travels as a wave. And lastly, you have electrical energy. Now, unless you know a little bit about electricity, this is confusing. Electricity is literally the movement of electrons. Remember I said that we have these atoms over here, and they're held together with lots of energy, and these guys really don't want to stay inside, but they have to. Well, on the outside of atoms, we have these little things called electrons, and they're spinning around the atom over and over and over. Well, sometimes they can actually move as a group in a certain direction, and when they do, we call this electricity, because electricity is the movement of electrons through something. And because they're moving, of course, it's kinetic energy. So they're the basic types of energy that you're going to be dealing with.